Hello, my courageous, captivating Capricorns. Welcome, welcome. It is Sachi the Scorpio, and I'm here to deliver your guided healing tarot for the month of July. Please like, comment, and subscribe. The more energy that you send to me, the more energy that I can send to you. And thank you so much for all of your likes and support on this channel, Capricorn. Just a friendly reminder, the top 3 videos that get the most likes get percentage off for a promo code for the extended and also a bonus twin flame reading. So if this resonates, please do hit that like button. All right, let's hop into it. This is what came out in the cleansing ceremony, Cap. We had Naked Before the Stars. So it feels like there is some sort of situation that involves a lot of vulnerability. Some of it could have to do with a sensual nature. This is also my card of like being naked before the stars for me is starting to understand your code when it comes to your astrological coding. So some of you might be getting a little bit more deep into astrological analysis of how you are programmed. And then we had Bride in a Cage come out in reverse. So Bride in a Cage is this aspect of, you know, keeping the feminine pure in some sort of way, right? Like the bride in the cage, you know, presumably she, you know, it hasn't been the honeymoon night yet, right? So she's yours, but kept in a cage and just kind of trapped there in this weird sort of limbo. It's definitely an enslaved type of feminine feeling. So because it's coming out in reverse, it feels like that has very much been let go of. I felt that it's like kind of breaking free from some sort of prison that one has been kept in, and this has caused a lot of vulnerability. And again, I do feel like there is some kind of deeper sensual aspect to what this is as well. We had the Page of Pentacles coming out. So this is telling me that there's some sort of plant that, you know, is going to or was going to be planted in some sort of way. This is like a, I mean, it can be masculine or feminine, but I'm getting a little bit more masculine of planting a seed where, you know, it's like ready to plant that seed, right? The page eventually becomes the king or queen. And you know, you have to decide where to put that pentacle in order to start building that kingdom. But it's like the page is ready to do it in a certain way, but there's still some level of skepticism of determining where or how, or, you know, all the logistics of where this seed or this coin is going to be planted in order to, you know, really establish oneself. So I feel like there was still kind of something up in the air. And we had the 9 of Wands, which is telling me that the feminine was very protective in some sort of way. There's kind of a fear-based energy here, kind of like a not paranoia, but kind of like it feels justified, but maybe a little bit overboard. And there's definitely a defensiveness of the feminine when it comes to this. But I heard like it's defensive, not protective. So there's this, even though the 9 of Wands is definitely this energy of like, let me protect myself, let me defend myself. It's more defensiveness than actual protection. Because with the 8 of Pentacles coming out in reverse, this is very much more protective and, you know, building a stable sort of foundation. And that's what I'm getting, is that there's kind of this fear-based, afraid type energy. And again, this is the feminine that's in a cage sort of thing. And the cage is the fear-based energy about that. And so, yeah, and there's some sort of physical cycle that is coming to an end here. And it's like, there was so much fear based around it that the masculine just sort of had this, you know, pentacle, you know, wondering where, when they're gonna put it in the ground sort of thing. But instead they could have just started building brick by brick sort of thing. But again, there's too much like fear-based programming. We had a 5 of Pentacles come out in reverse. So I heard like that this was not some sort of physical rejection, but we do have Judgment here, which was a judgment. So I feel like, you know, there wasn't anything that happened in the physical realm, in the 3D, where it was like, okay, get away from me sort of thing. With the 9 of Wands, this protection is definitely energetically, it's done with the Kundalini. And with the Judgment here, some sort of judgment call was made, a choice was made. This is a, you know, rebirthing type energy in this deck. It is actually like blood magic of, you know, putting yourself into the magic and rising again from your own ashes. It's a very scorpionic energy here. And I feel like that's what is happening, or did happen, is some sort of energetic rebirth of how this energy is being dealt with. And then we had Nicket using instigate in reverse. So this is fox spirit, which can be, you know, a tricky type energy. It is a dark type, telling me that there is darkness around this situation. But with instigate in reverse, it's telling me that you're not instigating this darkness. And then we had Growlithe using fireworks. So there is still some sense of loyalty here with dog spirit coming out. This is in the root chakra. So again, it feels like having to do with the fire. This is a fire type, but with the root chakra, it does feel like something is still rooted here, and there are fireworks going on in the root chakra. And I thought it was funny because throughout this reading, you'll probably hear fireworks. It's 4th of July weekend here in the US, and you know, that. But, you know, fireworks, you know, people, when there's kind of two ways to see it. One is like, oh yeah, you know, this pride and, you know, winning, and, you know, when I met them, there was fireworks and it was like explosions and da 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 da, right? And it's kind of like, you know, put a little bit of a fantastical energy on it, when really fireworks are a fire hazard, you know, bad for people who have asthma and things like that, terrible for the wildlife, you know, many animals, birds, they die, animals that, you know, it can put animals in that have PTSD, humans that have PTSD, right? I mean, fireworks are a weapon of war in some sort of way, right? That's where it originates from. So, yeah, it feels like that is what's going on in the root chakra. There's kind of two ways to see it. One is the celebration, and the other one is kind of like this, you know, again, this kind of fear-based sort of firework thing. And because it's coming out in the root chakra, it's telling me it could be influencing your eating, your drinking habits, like anything that you're consuming, your sleeping patterns, as well as your sense of safety. And with this fear-based energy, I really feel like that's the safety. But again, I don't feel like you're instigating any of this darkness that's kind of making you feel unsafe. So, Capricorn, that's what came out in the cleansing ceremony. We are amidst retrograde season. We have Pluto retrograding in your constellation Capricorn. We have Saturn, which is your ruling planet, retrograding in Aquarius. We have Jupiter and Neptune retrograding in Pisces. So when we're in retrograde season, which is the second half of the year, predominantly now through October is the heaviest time. And, you know, it gives us an ability to kind of redo things. This is when a lot of old lessons are resurfacing again. Oof, Two of Cups coming out in reverse, especially when it comes to soulmates that aren't good for you. Soulmates, you know, karmic soulmates that are not an equal exchange of emotion. Okay. But yeah, so if that is what's coming up for you, that's what's coming up for you. But we are in Cancer season, which is your sister sign, right? We had that Capricorn full moon, which was bound to be a very powerful one for you. And so since we are in Cancer season, what we are going to do this month, we're going to take a look at how you're feeling. We're going to take a look at what you're feeling. Then we're going to look at what is the emotional root of the situation. And then in the extended, we are going to take a look at how do we heal that emotional root. And then, of course, some advice on how to manifest your highest vibrational timeline. So let's see. I'm going to get a drink of water. Let's see, Capricorn. Make sure you're staying hydrated. I feel like I say that to you guys every single month. So make sure you're getting enough water, Capricorn. All right, let's see here. Well, how is Capricorn feeling right now? It's funny because when I was meditating before I started the reading, I saw the Today for Tomorrow card that was in reverse, which is telling me you might have some difficulty working in the present for a better future in some sort of way. We have Black Flower Fragrance. Woo. All right, so, and then the Sacrifice card wanted to come out. So Black Flower Fragrance for me is the Black Magic card. So Scorpio had this as well. If you're dealing with Scorpio or have Scorpio placements, I suggest that you check it out. Black Flower Fragrance is when you have fear in your heart. So you start doing magic that has to do with trying to manipulate somebody else. And I said this in Scorpio's reading, so I'll say it to you guys as well. Black magic gets a misunderstood reputation. Black magic is any sort of magic that you do that supersedes someone else's free will. Okay, so black magic is not just, you know, sacrificing an animal or whatever, right? It's interesting because we did have that blood magic card come out in the cleansing ceremony. But anyway, so black flower fragrance is black magic, because black magic is when you have fear in your heart, and fear instead of love makes you feel out of control, right? You're afraid that something is going to happen or not happen, so you try to enforce your will to either ensure that it does or doesn't happen. So when you're doing, you know, non-black magic, you're manifesting the best things for yourself. Right? You're manifesting your highest vibrational timeline. You're manifesting, you know, the best partner for you that has no name, no face, right? You just put that energy out there, not trying to manifest a specific person. And also, you know, like, you know, there's different ways to look at it too. It's kind of a philosophical quandary, and I'm not putting any sort of, you know, I'm not a magic gatekeeper. But let's say, you know, person A is going to go hurt person B. Okay, and what if you do magic on person A so that they don't go hurt person B? That's black magic. Is it bad? Right? So any attempt to control somebody else's actions instead of doing magic for your highest vibrational timeline for your own self is considered black magic. Most people think it's like, you know, voodoo or like, no, black magic is very separate from voodoo. Voodoo is a practice, not a type. But anyway, so let's see. I feel like there's one more that wants to come out. Fragmentation. So things are definitely disjointed. I feel like whatever happened here with this black magic, it felt like it split you in half in some sort of way. And I'm getting that maybe you only know bits and parts of this. Tell me more about this situation. Knight of Cups in reverse. So there may have been some sort of love offering that you didn't receive. Seven of Wands. Yeah, I feel like could be dealing with water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But basically I'm getting that you didn't get some sort of emotional offering that you thought would come in. And with the Seven of Wands, this is definitely having to do with, you know, choosing who you want or what you want to manifest your Kundalini in. The Seven of Wands for me, you know, 7 is the number of one-on-one partnerships. So I feel like there was some sort of choice made about what partnership that you want. This is all about putting all of the burdens aside and saying, okay, this is the one that I want to go towards. This is what I want to use my lust, my creativity, my passion on. Really making a decision of which way you want to go, especially in terms of a partnership. I feel like there's one more. I saw the Queen, Six of Swords. Yeah, so I saw the Queen of Pentacles. So there could be, I feel like this is influencing your divine feminine energy when it comes to the material realm. But there was definitely some sort of, okay, I'm leaving this situation. Okay, it's like, all right, I need to go. Anytime that this comes out, there's the sun above his head. So I always take what is guiding is the where the sun is, and right now the sun is in the constellation Cancer. So I feel like the emotions of the situation caused you to be like, okay, I need to get in my boat and skedaddle out of here. Is there a Pandora's box here? Absolutely. It's like, you know, the Six of Swords is when you have to leave, but there's still something unfinished, so to speak. There's definitely a lot of chaos that I'm getting in this box, and I feel like it was trying to put someone in a box is what this black magic was. Let's get some more information on this. What's the light energy? Picnic weather, fury swipe. So some of you, this has to do with a mother situation, especially with the Queen of Pentacles, which is a very, you know, physically nurturing sort of thing. Yeah, with, oh, and it's even a holographic if you can see. So yeah, this is really coming out. So, you know, bear spirit here is definitely, you know, mother. This could be a codependent mother situation or like a third party mother involved that is very protective of their cub. With picnic weather and fury swipes, I'm really getting that it's like it's picnic weather. Things are hunky-dory, you know what I mean? There's no reason to be, it's funny, picnic weather, fireworks, you know what I mean? It's like there's no reason to actually be doing this in a way. But Fury Swipes is telling me that there is some sort of conversation that is very like, how do I want to say this? Well, let's read the description. It says, in its territory, it leaves scratches on trees that bear delicious berries or fruits. Yeah, so there's some sort of like marking of coming back to it. And I do feel like some of it has to do with a like mother issue. There's this aspect of like territory. I feel like before you got in this boat, you like, it's like, okay, metaphorically, it's like you left your mark on some sort of tree and being like, okay, yeah, this is delicious. This is where, you know, there are plentiful fruit and things like that. It's kind of like that seed that wanted to be planted, but I feel like it's actually the Queen of Pentacles who already has the trees and is like trying to stop the page from planting their own in some sort of way. Because there is this kind of codependent mother issue here. I'm not sure if this is you, Capricorn, or someone that you're dealing with, to be honest. But yeah, so anyway, it's like it leaves, and I feel like that's what happened is like you had to leave for some sort of reason, but there's still like a mark on the tree. I'm hearing the family tree. Let's see, what's the shadow here? Yeah, Alolan Ratatat using Gnaw in reverse. So this is some dark energy that's in the shadow. So yeah, and there's the trains, like even more emphasizing the like heaviness of this energy. Again, we have that full moon coming out, and the full moon was in Capricorn. So you may have wanted to cut something off around that time, around the full moon in Capricorn, and I feel like it's because you trusted your intuition about this. That's like, okay, I need to leave sort of situation. But it might be that you don't have your own trees that are producing fruit yet because you haven't been able to plant those seeds, but you also know where you can easily go get, you know, fruit from other trees, you know what I mean? And I feel like that is kind of the enticing energy of this person who kind of uses that as like a lure is what I'm getting. But anyway, so with the Alolan Ratatat coming out, because it's dark type, I am getting that there is some darkness in the shadow that has yet to come to the light yet. With Gnaw in reverse, it's like you can't gnaw this off, but I do feel like you tried to gnaw off the relationship with this person, likely a mother or mother figure, or someone who tries to mother you or something. It says, when the sun goes down, it becomes active. It runs around town on a chase for good food for the boss of its nest, Raticate. Yeah, so again, it's talking about food here and food here, and we had that, you know, this is influencing your root chakra, which is how you are consuming. So I feel like, you know, this kind of mama bear figure is the one who's kind of the boss, and it's like, you know, you're searching for food, but ultimately it goes to someone kind of that feels like they have authority over you in some sort of way, and this authority may be black magic, right? And black magic doesn't have to be like, ooh, I'm doing a spell, right? Black magic could be like, no, you're not allowed to do that, right? Like, you can't make choices for yourself. And sometimes parents do that to us, or people who try to act like our parents, like, no, you're not allowed to do that. Telling someone that they do not have free will or trying to restrict someone's free will is black magic in its essence. It is. You don't have to do spell work for it to actually be a spell, right? Everything we do is magic. Everything that we are doing to create our reality is magic. And so I feel like this is also making you more energetic at night, because it talks about being up all night. So either, you know, you're more awake at night, or you're very, very busy in the astral realms, likely doing a lot of shadow work in your dreams. Whew. All right, let's see what's the emotional root here, Capricorn. I won't cry for you, artificial heart, and sacrifice. Whew. Okay, so it looks like you're trying not to feel your feelings here. It's funny because Cancer got the same thing. So definitely a theme throughout Cancer season is that you don't want to feel the sadness. You don't want to let this emotionality come through you. So instead, you're creating an artificial heart of like, you know, this doesn't bother me. You know, artificial hearts don't feel love, right? They feel fear, which is what the basis of black magic is. So I feel like you're not listening to your heart. You know, you're refusing to cry. You don't want to, yeah, let this go through you. You feel like you have to sacrifice and cut something off here, right? Like, yeah, let's find out. It feels like instead of, it feels like the reaction is like, let me just cut this off. Let me like sacrifice this instead of like dealing with it, right? There's definitely this energy of like, let me get away from this. Like, I'm not going to cry about it. I'm not going to let my heart feel this. Let's see more. I'm getting that like the root of the issue is that that's not love. Trying to control with this artificial heart, like an artificial heart is going to tell you that you have to sacrifice your own freedoms, that you have to sacrifice your own well-being, that, you know, you're not allowed to feel your feelings even, you know. And sometimes our parents or people who, you know, try to act like our parents, they think they know what's best for us, but that is an artificial heart. That's not done with love. That's a heart full of black magic trying to impose on your free will and not let you make choices for yourself. Let's see here. Tell us more about this emotional root. King of Cups in reverse. Yeah, you really do not want to feel your feelings here. Definitely drink some water, Capricorn. With the King of Cups, this is telling me that your divine masculine energy when it comes to the emotionality of the situation is just really off. Like, you don't want to express your emotions. You may feel it's unsafe to express your emotions. Seven of Pentacles. You don't want the situation to grow. You don't want to give any water to it. You know, even though this is... Ooh, okay. Yeah, it wants to hide. It straight up wants to hide. So I feel like you... Yeah, so even though this is a Pentacles card, which has to do with the, you know, allowing something to physically grow, it is all about, you know, needing to give the emotional input in order for it to grow. And that's what I'm getting is like, you're like, no, I just don't even want to give any of my water to this to allow it to grow at all. It's like you're being forced to sacrifice your own emotions. And it feels forced. I mean, you are allowing this to happen, right? It does feel like this. Clefairy using slap. Yeah, so this is a slap in the face, basically. This is a fairy type, which fairy type has to do with the soulmate relationship. And I feel like that's kind of how they are, is like, you have to do this or I'm going to smack you sort of situation. It's very much like, you know, do this or get punished. Clefairy is the Pokemon that worships the moon as well. So again, we have even more Cancerian energy, mother energy here. It says, its adorable behavior and appearance makes it popular with men and women, young and old. Its numbers are few, however. So I feel like... Okay, I feel like there's some people-pleasing energy, basically. I feel like you want to try to make everyone happy, you know, men and women, old and young. It's like you're really trying to people please everyone by pretending that you don't have these emotions, by sacrificing your own emotions in order to make everybody else happy except for you. I do feel like, you know, it's talking about its numbers are few. So I feel like people who you can be authentically yourself around are really far and few between. I'm going to ask for a little bit more energy on that. Orangaroo resource management. Yeah, so it's basically like you're trying to manage your resources in every way. And I feel like that's why you're trying to people please, because maybe a lot of these people are invested in your resources, whether it's your money or, you know, we have this sort of like mothery boss kind of energy here. So yeah, I feel like you're trying to people please in order to try to manage a bunch of different things. And Orangaroo is a very wise shaman. So I'm getting that, like, you know, you may have a couple really wise people here, but let's see. It says, deep in the jungle, high in the lofty canopy, this Pokemon abides. On a rare occasions, it shows up at the beach to match wits with Slowking. Yeah, so I feel like there is a couple people, one person specifically that might be kind of like the King of Cups. You know, like the Slowking, that like you may be able to match wits with or something like that. It does feel like there is a very specific person that is very, very like wise that you can talk to here. But on the day-to-day, it seems mostly people-pleasing in order not to feel your feelings and to sacrifice your feelings because you're kind of told that that's how you have to be in some sort of way. Let's see, what's the shadow here of the emotional root? Growlithe using fireworks. Yeah, so again, we have this fireworks, and there's two ways to think of it. You know, the explosions that are happening. Is it a celebration? Or is it a sign of war? You know what I mean? Like, straight up. And that's what you need to notice is these fireworks that are happening in your root chakra. Do they make you feel like you're celebrating by eating good food and, you know, maybe some of you are drinking a little bit too much or consuming, you know, over consuming or under consuming. Are these fireworks causing you to have pleasant dreams? Are they causing you to feel safe? You know, that's what you need to reassess about this loyalty to what these fireworks really represent for you. It says, a Pokemon with a loyal nature. It will remain motionless until it is given an order by its trainer. Yeah, so that seems to be the shadow work, is that, you know, you're very loyal to this situation, even if it means that you have to sacrifice your own feelings here. And, you know, it's like you're not going to be making any sort of move here unless told to by somebody else. You know, so it does feel like you've been under the grips of someone's control for quite some time, and that's that, basically, you know. This is black magic energy that's been on you. All right, well, let's get a moon card out here. Like I said, in the extended, we're going to see how we can heal this emotional root, and then we'll see how we can manifest your highest vibrational timeline. But let's see for our Capricorns. Your hard work is paying off in reverse. This is the new moon in Capricorn, which will be happening in your season. So there is some sort of situation in the Capricorn Cancer axis that is not yet complete for you. And all of this hard work that you're doing seems to be going to waste. It feels like, again, you know, you're working hard to get this, you know, metaphorical food or whatever it is in order to give it to the boss, someone who thinks that they're the boss of you, you know, and it's like all this work is just you being loyal to someone who just wants to control you. And yeah, all the hard work that you're doing, you aren't seeing the fruits of your labor, and it's because someone doesn't want you to. You know, why would they want a change if you're doing everything for them and you're sacrificing your feelings for them? We have expect powerful change with the new moon eclipse. So yeah, new moon eclipse is going to be coming up. I believe it's the new moon in Sagittarius season. So there is definitely going to be some very powerful change at the eclipse, right? We just ended eclipse season in Gemini season. So it does look like some powerful changes are going to be coming. I'm guessing if you start healing the root of the situation, but sometimes resisting the healing is when even more powerful change comes in, because the divine kind of comes in and knocks us on our booties, right, when we're refusing to do our spiritual work. So we're going to see in the extended what exactly this powerful change that's coming in is going to happen. Hopefully that your hard work is going to pay off, but again, something really does need to shift here. So if you'd like to follow me into the extended to see how we can heal this emotional root and advice on how to manifest your highest vibrational timeline, the link is in the description box below. If we part ways here, good luck with the situation. I am sending you so much love, a big hug, and a kiss on your third eye. Mwah!